How can students actively prepare for their future careers while still in school? From your experience, what are the specific skills or experiences we should prioritize?
Firstly, when we talk about networking and how you connect, the first question is what value are you going to bring to the table?
In today's episode of the Nigerian Student Podcast, we are answering some of the biggest questions Nigerian students are asking. Is having a certificate still important in this digital era?
Sadly, our school curriculum does not prepare us for the real world. And that's why, as a student, you need to start taking deliberate steps.
What are the top skills that can get you hired today, regardless of your course of study?
Whether you are studying jet engine or you are studying mechanical or whatever, you need these skills to be able to ace any interview and also improve or upskill in any career of your choice. Even if you want to run your own business, you will definitely have to look out for investors. You have to learn how to write proposals.
And most importantly, how can you start preparing for the job market while you are still in school?
Pick my words carefully. It's not enough to know, it's not enough to do. You have to go as far as doing what you do.
Well, stick around because we are not just talking about the problem, but we are giving you practical steps on how to stand out in today's job market. One of the main reasons why I wanted you on our podcast is because of your, profound knowledge on career and employment. As one of your LinkedIn followers, I have been consistently inspired and educated by your experiences, and I'm convinced that sharing your journey will resonate with Nigerian students, offering them valuable lessons and pulling them out of shaggy. So now let's kickstart with
Pulling
this.
them out of what?
Out of shaggy. Let's kickstart with this question. Now, is having a certificate worth it in today's competitive job market? We live in an era where the media is brainwashing us that certificate is not a thing anymore. Just you can go online, go to YouTube with the help of AI and acquire the knowledge. The knowledge is the key thing here. So I would love to, know your take on this. How important is certificate and what factors should students consider in this regard?
Okay, thank you for your question. It's actually an interesting question because we live in a world where people get rewarded not only by what they can show or by what they know, but what they can show. So if, for example, I went to Harvard Business School or I went to learn via YouTube and all that, and I do not have the commensurate certification to back what I know, you might be pushed aside. Now, another thing is you might also have the opportunity of learning online, but where is your competitive advantage? Because no matter what, there is always that extra icing for anyone who has the knowledge and has the requisite papers. So imagine you say you can drive and then you don't have the appropriate license. I don't understand. Do you understand? So if this can apply to, I am of age, I can vote, but I don't have voter's card. I can drive, but I don't have driver's license. Why do you think it should also not apply to other areas of our life, especially our career? So please, if you think you can learn chemistry, biology, or whatever, and you can do whatever you want to do with your hands, and you can do all that and learn that online, but you don't have the requisite papers, please go and get it. Listen, do you remember the recent news about a fake lawyer in Kenya who had won all his cases, yet never went to law school? And now they are probing him. But that's because he knows what to do, but he doesn't have the commensurate papers to back it up. So it's very important that in our time, people do not discard that information, that certification is good. As I'm still seeking for certifications. I'm still seeking to improve, even though I have the basic and fundamental one. So please, nobody should lie to you. Papers are as important as the knowledge of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, man. Because one of the key reasons why I wanted to ask you this is I had an interview with someone I respect so much. So he was telling me that he got first class mechanical engineering in my department. So he was telling me that his first class honors didn't get him his first job. I was like, with the way the media is painting all this stuff, we need to, encourage the Nigerian students and also let them know that this is highly, highly important. Thank you so much for that, man. So please, how can students actively prepare for their future careers while still in school? From your experience, what are the specific skills or experiences we should prioritize?
Okay, and the thing is, that's why career life happens to most fresh graduates as a surprise. You come out of school, and then the real world happens to you. Like, hey, see, I go be in a fine job like this. Where do I start from? And that's because there is no adequate preparation. Sadly, our school curriculum does not prepare us for the real world. Just teaches you how to think, how to critically think, how to do certain things, but it doesn't prepare you for the real world. And that's why, as a student, you need to start taking deliberate steps in learning soft skills, because the hard skills will be required, but soft skills will help you upskill. So it's important that while in school, you start not just getting hard skills to commensurate your academic work. You also need soft skills to help you upskill. Soft skills like communication skills, presentation skills, negotiation skills, marketing skills. These skills, whether you are studying jet engine or you are studying mechanical or whatever, you need these skills to be able to ace any interview and also improve or upskill in any career of your choice. Even if you want to run your own business, you will definitely have to look out for investors. You have to learn how to write proposals. So if you're in school and you say you are studying business administration or you are studying mathematics, you will still need to write proposals. So these are some of the skills that most students are not prepared for, especially how to write a proper ATS compliant CV. They don't even know how to do that because the academic world will not teach you that. So you have to go after that. You have to start learning soft skills. You have to start learning how to have a proper CV. You have to start learning how to have good presentation skills. You need to know how to present yourself, talk about yourself, not the presentation you did in school that has to do with talk about your seminar papers. No, you also need to know how to present yourself in the best way possible that anybody listening to you can buy into your idea. So that is what the Nigerian student needs to actually prepare for, not just gaining hard skills, but soft skills and other abilities that can help them have the edge in the real world.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. One of the key takeaways I got there is that you need to prepare yourself to know how to present yourself. One of the key things about because now after your undergraduate intern, you have to defend and all those stuff. And these are the things that are, building us to learning how to present yourself and market yourself when you meet outside investors or when you meet your employers. So, Ma, please, I would love to know, can you share more light on how we can learn to present ourselves when we meet our future investors or employers?
Okay. The first thing I want to say is be authentic. Do you know yourself? Have you even discovered yourself? Do you know what you're good at? What is your strong area? So imagine you want to start up a business that you don't really have understanding of. How do you think you can present that to someone to buy into? Let's even say you are looking for a job and you say you studied biochemistry and you know that the industry you are seeking to be employed, you don't even have a basic knowledge about what they do and how that relates to biochemistry. How do you think you can sell that to them for them to buy? I don't know if you get my point. So the thing is this, for you to be able to present yourself, the basic thing you need to first of all have is the authenticity of who you are. And then you have gained mastery about how you can talk about what you know. When we are in school, we gather so much knowledge, but we don't know how to connect that to, hello, can you hear me? So I don't know if you can connect that to what we know with what is relevant, because the organization that wants to take you is looking for how you can bring real-time solutions to their problem. So how have you learned how to connect what you know to real situations? So the first thing to do is to be authentic, know who you are, know your strong area, and then your ability to present what you know, how to bring out say what you know. And that leads me to, you need to practice and practice and practice your presentations at home, even if it is for interviews.
Do you have any questions or topics that are actually bothering you in school? Please do well to drop them in the comment section below, and we'll try as much as we can to address all of them in our forthcoming or upcoming episodes. Well, back to the podcast. We've been taught that connection is a key to access, and I believe that networking builds connection. So please, can you share practical tips or advice for students on how to start building a professional network, and especially in this Nigerian environment?
Okay, thank you. Firstly, when we talk about networking and how you connect, the first question is, what value are you going to bring to the table? If I'm going to connect with Maxwell, I would, especially as a professional person, I will look at what will Maxwell bring to the table as much as I know I will bring into Maxwell's life. So the first thing that I will say is that be a person of value, because people will always tend towards value. So imagine if you're a person of value and you've invested into showing what you do, people will naturally flow to your end. It's just natural. Pick my words carefully. You are a person of value and you are showing what you do. It's not enough to know. It's not enough to do. You have to go as far as doing what you do. So then, in our very small world, now called global village, it's important that you show what you do. And in the process of showing what you do, naturally, you will build professional connections. Naturally. So now the thing is, where do I show what I do? Where do I show what I know? So let me start by saying, start with your local professional bodies. And by local professional bodies, I mean, for example, you are a food science and technology student, go and join NIFS, National Institutes for Food and Science and Technology. They have their chapters in different schools. Join that association. That's where you start building connections, because by the time you start going for seminars and talk shows, you'll be surprised to see, okay, you're going to find this person there, you're going to find this other person there. So the just concluded NIFT conference, I think the presidential running candidate for Labour Party was there, and a lot of people were there. So if maybe you as a NIFT student were at that conference, it's sure that you're going to meet a couple of people that would help you. Do you understand? So start from that association. Join the local chapters of your departmental association. Start from there. Then proceed to the professional platforms like LinkedIn. Start there. Begin to drop content. Some people come to LinkedIn and you show nothing. How do you think people will connect with you? If you have something, you know that you're made up of this particular stuff and you have things to deliver, show it, share it. The hands that are open are the very ones that receive. So if your hands are open to give out, you will definitely receive. So don't think that you can keep your knowledge to yourself and expect people to connect with you. I have a lot of people in my professional circle that are way, way, way more than me in the industry. And how did I connect with them? I kept delivering value in different platforms. I kept delivering value on LinkedIn, deliver value on certain Telegram groups, and then these people naturally just drew to me. So the thing is, first of all, don't think about who you want to connect to. I want to connect to the governor of Anambra State. No, you don't think you can just buy access. No, don't think you can connect with such kind of people. I want to connect with the general manager of Coca-Cola. you think you will just stroll your way into the person will definitely look, what do I stand to gain from this person? So, first of all, be a person of value. Secondly, show what you do. And then show it on platforms that are relevant. Do you understand? Show it on platforms that are relevant. Show it on platforms that don't sleep on Instagram. Unless maybe you want to make money out of Instagram, showing your work. Maybe you sell shoe and bag. Or you're a professional person, look for professional platforms. There are even professional platforms on Twitter. There are professional platforms on Instagram. Just plug yourself into those platforms that can help serve as springboards for you to skyrocket in your career. And stop sleeping or scrolling on TikTok that will not help you. So that's what I would say. Be a person of value. Show what you do and show it on platforms that would actually advertise.
All right. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. Is it okay if I share something with you?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
When you were talking about having connections with professional bodies via social media and all those stuff, I just realized during my IT, like my undergraduate intern, so I had to go to LinkedIn to search for, because I study mechanical engineering, to search for mechanical engineering bodies, people that are doing what I want to do, people that have gone through the path, because I want to venture into design. I got a lot of inspiration. I had to even build a whole lot of connections. Although sometimes I feel like I have nothing to offer them, but with time I will have something to offer them, because I had to follow them to understand what the industry desires and where the industry is headed. If I didn't make that move, I would have been just, this ordinary student thinking that it's just all focused on the ancient things that we are taught in school. I never knew that there were a whole lot when it comes to mechanical engineering design that nobody talks about in school. Thank you so much for that. So please, you were mentioning about being a person of value. So I would love to, please, can you throw more light on that, being a person of value? What does it mean to be a person of value?
The money comes not because you bring value to the table, but because your value is solving a particular problem.